Welcome, ladies. I'm Tiffany Montgomery, author at Hope, Joy, in Christ, and we are going to talk about SEO today. The reason I wanted to talk about SEO, and I didn't give you a whole lot of warning about it, is because I have been just plugging away at learning it and understanding it, and really since, I don't know, July or August, in November, so just before Black Friday, I started to kind of drill down and apply some of what I had been learning. And when I pulled statistics on the first, I don't even know what day it is. Oh, this weird, like first week of January is crazy. But when I pulled statistics, my analytics, they so surprised me. I had understood I thought concretely that SEO is a long game and you shouldn't expect to see results for 6 months, a year even. But I have only been applying these strategies for the past month and a half-ish now. And already my analytics took me, so like a before picture, sorry, Hello Kitty pajamas. Isn't that fun, like training? I can look nice up here and I forget I have my pajama bottoms on the bottom. Fun. That's the fun thing of a blogger life, right? So my analytics before looked like traffic coming in was coming majority from Pinterest. So like 90, 95% from Pinterest. Like I play into Pinterest because I understand Pinterest, and you have more control over Pinterest than you do social media. And like just a couple of percent from Facebook. There would be some here or there from Google or Bing or email, but the majority of it was Pinterest. Well, when I pulled analytics for December, my organic search went to 15%, like from 1 or 2%, okay, to 15%. And that is just in a few weeks of applying these principles. So I'm not sure. Well, I'm not going to be cynical. I'm not sure all of the teaching about it is like solid, that it's such a long game. I have only been blogging 2 years, so even that is not longevity in the world of Google. So when I saw that, I was like, what I have found is not super complicated, and I would love to share that because I know that you all have a desire to learn SEO, to grow your traffic. Like we all want to grow our traffic, right? God has given us this calling to share the message that He's given us, and we share it and we write it and we put it out there and we put it through the spin cycle of all of the social media and struggling with all of, the open rate of an email and all of that, but it doesn't always go anywhere. Oh, hey, Jamie, I'm just going to turn your camera off for a minute. Maybe stop video. There we go. Okay. So, so when I saw, it is not hard, the SEO, once it clicked, and that piece is more dependable than social media. So all of the things that we learn, how to, push things through Facebook, how to push things through Instagram and Twitter and Pinterest, those are great, but that is someone else's space. We are a visitor in their platform. I'm learning on Facebook jail, they can block me right here, and there we are. So what I want to talk to you about is what I'm doing for SEO and how you can do it too. It's super simple stuff. So in the Facebook group last week, I shared some ways to find out what your top content pieces are, to find out what keywords you're ranking for, and to get an idea if those are the keywords you want to be ranking for. And I have put that in the notes over here. If you haven't seen that, no worries, right? It's so easy to miss things on Facebook. But that is very simple. I've given you a direct link. It should link to your Google Analytics if you have Google Analytics. So what keywords are you trying to rank for? What is the niche that you're hitting? Where has God called you that you have this voice to speak? And that's going to give us kind of a good idea of what we're searching for. once you know that, so this is what I found, just like, oh, I had no idea. So we talk about this algorithm thing, right? Facebook has an algorithm, Pinterest has an algorithm. They decide, you know, today I'm going to show your content because, you know, your hair is green and your eyes are blue, and there it is. Well, Google's algorithm is more still a variable, it's still their thing, and it is still, you know, what they're wanting to do. However, there are some specifics. So they rank your page. So I knew that they rank your post because that's how it shows up in the search, but I didn't realize they rank your page. And it is not a secret what they rank your page. You can find out what it is. And so that is super exciting for me that I can have some idea. So they rank it somewhere between 1 and 100. So 100 perfect, you're, you know, like family life, you're James Dobson, you're, you know, whoever it is that's up there that's been online forever and has tons of content, has tons of links back to their site. Like that's 100. I'm not going to be 100. I'm not even reaching for 100. So Neil Patel, he's one that I follow for SEO stuff, and he really says, you know, for a new blogger, someone who's been blogging anywhere from 1 to 10 years, that's a big window. So yay, that's exciting. You should be aiming for 30. So 30 is a pretty good ranking, and we're talking about, Google calls them a DA and a PA. So a domain authority and a page authority, which are different, but are the same in my mind. I have not quite separated them out, except you want them to be around 30. You can find out what they are for free. There's a free tool through Moz. It is also in the notes. And I'm looking to see if it is linked. Yep, it's a link. So I'm going to show you how to do it in just a second. I just want to talk through the links in the notes, and I will, when I pull this into a replay, I'll make sure that on the YouTube that it's in the notes there as well. So you can pull that and have an idea of where you rank, how Google is ranking you, to have an idea of how to understand where you are in comparison to other people when you're searching keywords, okay? So just let that kind of go in the mind. So, all right, so the first thing we are going to do, I'm going to assume that you have pulled your Google Analytics and you have a list of posts that you want to optimize, okay? So you're going to kind of make a list out to the side. What are you talking about in those posts? What are your keywords? And I'll give you some examples for mine as we go along. Next, you want to know, what is your domain authority? What is your page authority? How has Google ranked you? So you have an idea, who is your competition? What keywords can you successfully compete for to be ranked? Because the goal is to get on page 1 within those top 10 results, so that Google is recommending you, so that people find your content, because we write it, we put a lot of passion into it. God is just speaking through, and we want them to find it. We want them to be helped to see what God has said to them. So we want those two pieces, and I'm going to share my screen and walk you through pulling them really quick, and then we're going to go over to this keyword search tool. I'm going to pause for just a minute and tell you about this keyword search tool. I was so excited when I found it because I've been looking for months, and all of the keyword search, all of the SEO search tools are outrageously expensive. I cannot afford that, and it makes it feel like SEO is just this next piece of blogging that is like pay to play. Like you have to have money to do this, and I don't. And so when I saw that it's $15 a month, I was like, I was so excited. And they have a free version. So let me just stay right there for a minute, because I haven't gotten further than exploring the free version yet, and I'm already seeing an amazing return on it. Like when I get paid for this month, my intention is to go buy the month, you know, because you get so many queries a day. But the other ones, even the free versions, you get so many queries a month. and they're only the first couple of results. Like, they don't let you dig down very deep at all. For $100, for $200, it's not in my reality. So I just, released that, and am so excited about this one. So this one is keysearch.co, and the link is in there. That is my affiliate link. Woohoo! Very cool. Like, you don't even have to have the paid version yet to have an affiliate link, and so that's exciting. But it's really easy to use. That's the other thing, is the other ones, even when they give you a free trial, they are complicated and hard to figure out. They're in this whole different language, and you're just like, I don't know what I just read. So this one is in English. It's easy to understand, and I'm like, yes, I'm going to share it. Oh, so excited. Okay, so we are going to share a screen, and I'm sorry, I have tons of stuff going on my screens, but so I'm going to share my whole screen. All right, so let's see where we want to start. What did I say? Google Analytics. So the link I gave you in the notes is going to take you here. All right, now you are going to have to set your ranges. All right, so this is Google Analytics, behavior, site content, all pages. It's going to pull up like 7 days, and you just have to change the date range. Okay, so I am thinking like whole picture of last year at the moment, and so I set the date range up here. I went all the way January 1st of 2018 to December 31st of 2018, whole date, a whole year, and these are my top posts. Now I would absolutely just start with the first 3 because they are so much higher traffic. But for today, I'm not. So I'm going to tell you one thing and then do another thing, right? So if you are in the middle of a promotion, a book launch, a course launch, an affiliate promotion, whatever it is you're doing where you're starting out strong and you want to do that, absolutely go pick the post that makes sense to optimize first, okay? So this can be on your list in your planner of things to do throughout the year. And I kind of look at it and say, you know what? I was so surprised when this piece about fasting blew up. Like, I wrote it because I taught it and teach it at our church, and the ladies wanted to be able to go find it online. And so it wasn't really my niche. It wasn't really what I speak to, but my readers have loved it, and that makes me so happy that my readers want to fast. Like, that just hits me in all of my feels. But then some of the other ones, I'm like, oh, this is not really what I thought I wanted to write about, but it is what my readers want to hear about. It is where their pain point is. It's where their need is. So when you're thinking about SEO, you need to try and get your mind out of the mind of a writer and into the mind of your reader, okay? It's one thing to know, this is what God's told me to write. God has told me to write about marriage, about Christian marriage, about living in a godly marriage, God's way instead of the culture's way. This is it. Within that, here are some things that I know that I'm an expert on, is like loose term, okay? But that's the idea in SEO, to make yourself the expert in that area. But it's not enough just to know those things. I need to know what my readers are searching for. Okay, now maybe they're not searching for the right thing. Do you know what I mean? Like, maybe they're looking for 10 reasons God says it's okay to divorce my husband. And what I need them looking for is 10 ways to forgive my husband. Okay, we can deal with a conversion of thought later. Right now, what I need to know is, what are they searching for? How can I get this information in front of them? And SEO is the way to do that. So this is how you find out what it is you've written that's hit their pain points, what it is you've written that really has touched something for them. So you can say, okay, you know what, maybe I need to talk more about fasting. Maybe I need to talk more about sex in a Christian marriage. I'd rather not, but there it is. Maybe I need to talk about what it looks like when you have an ungodly husband, how to respect your husband. Maybe I need to talk more about that and help them pivot their thought processes, in that way. So that is that piece. All right. So you're going to get your content. You're going to know what do you want to optimize? What do you need to dig deeper into? Have a list. You don't have to make it right now, but if you're watching it on replay, pause this, go back, make a list. Look at also, I'm going to say here, look at what it is you thought that you wrote well. Maybe it is, so for me, some of the things I had hoped would be here are some of the lead-ins and sales funnels to my marriage course, and they're not there. So you know what? I need to go back, look at those, find the keywords, and optimize them so they come up higher, okay? So just thinking through that process. All right, so the next place we're going to go is to Moz. Now, I gave you the link in there. It is a free, I have it written on the other page, my bad. It's a free link explorer. And so what you do is open it up, type in your URL. So, all right, and search. And it tells me right here that my domain authority is 26. Great. You know what? That is so close to 30. We talked about, like, that is the place, like the first benchmark where we want to get. We want to get to 30. And in the Facebook group, I will share some strategy and some ideas of how to get it to go up that I've learned, because when I started, it was closer to 20, and that's only been a few weeks. Okay, can I just say that? Like, this is a long game, but it's not as long as they had said, okay? It also tells me here I rank for 60 keywords and all these things, but to get this information, you have to pay them. So all I want to know right now is the domain authority, all right? All right, so we have that. That is going to help us understand in a second when we're competing for a keyword. It's going to help us understand what keywords we should pivot and tweak a little bit and change, not the message, but the keywords, okay? So I'm going to find the other tab. All right, so this is the keyword tool that I'm so excited about, because the free version, that is what I'm in right now. That's what I'm going to demo for you now. Maybe if I can get out of this place. The free version is where I've done all this. The paid version unlocks all kinds of other really cool stuff, rank tracking, and competitive analysis, which you don't have for free. But at the moment, just getting your feet wet, just getting started to really begin to optimize some things well, I haven't needed it yet. I'd like it. Like, I'm not going to lie, I'm really curious about it. But $15 is a little higher than I can do until I get paid. So here we are. You're going to come into this home page, all right, and just right here in the keyword research, you are going to type in whatever the keyword is. Now, when I say keyword, I'm talking more along the lines of the long tail keyword. So let me give you an example. All right, now I am getting ready to host a challenge on communication in a Christian marriage. And I am still debating, like, just the idea of, am I going to call it a challenge? Am I going to call it a workshop? I don't know. I kind of like the idea of a workshop better. Maybe I'll settle on that some point, Lee. But I am going to do some keyword research for that. So I'm not gonna search for Christian marriage, because that's way too broad. Okay, that might be a keyword, but it's not a keyword that I will ever, I'm not gonna say that. It's not a keyword that I'm gonna rank on the first page of Google for this year, okay? Family Life and James Evans and all of those places, they are way up there, close to 100, if not 100. Like, they are way out of anything I can compete for at the moment. So I need to narrow down the focus of what I'm writing. So I'm writing about communication in a Christian marriage. So let's just see, okay, that's still going to be too broad, but let's still give it a go. So communication in a Christian marriage. All right, so I'm just going to type it in. Narrow it down to where your readers are. So my readers are 95% in the US. If your readers are somewhere else, this is going to change everything. So make sure that you are being very specific. If you write to Canada, if you write to Africa, if you write to, wherever it is, just be specific about that. The keyword planner, it seems like kind of covers all of these things, but you can play around with it and see about Google Suggest or Bing or YouTube. YouTube's going to be specific to YouTube because that platform really ranks a whole different way. So if you're a YouTuber, you know, fantastic. That's beyond what I understand. So the keyword planner is going to pull in the majority of the search engines, and we're just going to search. So it is going to check to see how competitive that keyword or key phrase is. And it's loading. Oh, it takes just a minute. And it's going to pull in all of the related keywords. It's going to show me. All right, so here it is, communication in a Christian marriage. It says the competition is easy to moderate. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. So I haven't searched this one. I saved it so we could do it together. All right, now the score of difficulty is 37. All right, now my domain authority was 26. Now this is a little higher than I really am going to rank for right off the bat. Doesn't mean that I can't aim for that or shoot for that. You know, 37, it doesn't seem like that much bigger of a number. But I would rather it was 30. Anyway, it doesn't matter because this is what, you know, God has said I'm writing about this thing. So we're going to scroll down here and see who is already ranked for this on the first page of Google. All right, it's going to show us the top. It's also going to show us how Google sees them. All right, so let's focus on the domain authority because the page authority is a little different. The domain authority here, so what I say, focus on the family, crosswalk. All right, marriage.com is not out of my reach. So it's even giving you like color coding here, okay? Red meaning, you know, I'm not going to get that top spot. It's not going to happen. Family, focus on the family, like there, the bomb, they've got that covered. Awesome. Okay, yellow, maybe we could reach for that. And we come down here, you see green. All right, there is someone ranked for this term who I rank higher than. All right, so when it's talking about keyword competition, this is the thoughts. Now, if there were absolutely no greens on this page, I would be changing my keyword a little bit, not the message of what I'm doing. And that's what I'm loving about this. I was so worried that focusing on SEO and what people are searching for had to change my voice when I'm writing. It had to change the message, dilute it, water it down. But I have not found that to be the case, and I'm super excited about that because I'm all about like a strong voice for the word. All right, so I am, this is where I'm at. I'm comfortable with this, that it has a domain authority that I can compete with. All right, over here, it's going to tell us, all right, so it's going to tell us the authority links. Okay, that's what this AUTH is talking about. That means the number of links back to this post within that site. Okay, it means that Focus on the Family has linked back. You know, just like you're writing a post and you realize you've written about this topic before, and so you drop in a link from a past article that you've written there. That's the authority link. All right, the links to it from other sources are over here. All right, and it talks about it's like link juice. When people backlink to your articles, a ping back might be another word if you're on WordPress. And so what you want to see, you want to think about, first of all, how often are you linking back to your own content and up that game exponentially, because it matters in the grand scheme of SEO. And then you want to think about how often are you guest posting for other people so that you are sending a link from another site back to your site. I do that regularly, and so I feel pretty confident that this is okay. It says NA, so this one that's on the page but hasn't, but is green, they don't have any internal links or external links coming back. The one down here, you know, Christian book, I'm not going to, you know, compete with them. They have 4. I know that I guest post at least once a month in different places. So within the course of a year, if I focus on this communication and marriage, which is my focus for the first quarter, I will have more than 4 backlinks. Over here, it's talking about the title. Does the title contain the keyword? Does the description, you know, when you're writing your post and you have that opportunity to add your keywords into the meta description, and especially if you use the Yoast plugin, I choose the free version, but it reminds me, go add the keywords into the meta description. And then are the keywords in the URL? Well, you know what? Every single place where this says no, and I know that's consistently on my list of tasks, that gives me an opportunity to compete for these keywords. All right, so if we scroll down, it is going to tell me also that other people, my reader, let's call her Esther, who reads my blog and is searching about communication in a Christian marriage. She might also search for effective communication in marriage. She might search for Christian marriage communication books, biblical communication principles. These are related keywords. So this is what I learned that is just so exciting. I do not have to repeat my keyword, my long tail keyword, that phrase. So if my keyword is communication, my long tail keyword is communication in a Christian marriage. I have specified it even more, improving communication in a Christian marriage. That's my long tail keyword. So in the past, what I've done is just repeated that phrase over and over and over and over within the blog post until I am sick of reading it. And I know my readers are not enjoying that. Like, it is just so frustrating. And I don't know what that means. Okay, so thank you. So what this means is Google would also like me to include some of these other phrases, and Yoast really only wants it in there a few times. And they've said Yoast is outdated, but I still enjoy the green lights. Like, they help me. There's something about them that help me. But this piece that I've learned is that, you know, yes, communication in a Christian marriage, that needs to be in my H1, it needs to be in an H2, it needs to be in my title, it needs to be in my meta description, it needs to be in my URL. But then throughout the text as I'm writing, instead of repeating, let's improve communication in a Christian marriage, I can say things like, this is how we get to effective communication in marriage. These are some communication and marriage PDFs that I found helpful, or here's the importance of effective communication in a Christian marriage. Mix it up, add in these other related long tail keywords, and that boosts the rank of that post. Now, what is super cool, amazing, that I am also excited about, here, I'm going to move me over here, is this right-hand section. All right, it says, like, here is your main thing over here on the left. Here's who's ranked for it. Here's how you're going to decide if you want to compete for it. Here are some related long tail key phrases that people regularly search that you can add into it that's going to help you. Like, thank you, someone, for making that simple for me. Thank you, and put it all in one place. Oh, that's exciting. But while you're at it, here are some related keywords, smaller snippets, and it tells us the pay per click. It tells us the cost per click. And so if you are thinking about monetizing a post, this is amazing information. And so what I will do is export this, and you can export this piece over here as well. So you export it to a CVC or a CVC. That way you can move it and, you know, work within it and go check it out. You can even backlink to one of these to give yourself authority within the post, which is always exciting. It helps you as you're thinking about your page authority instead of your domain authority. So your page authority is how Google is seeing you as an expert or not an expert if you're having backlinks that are substantiating the facts. So statistical things, quote things, links back to pages with a higher authority. So I regularly link back to Bible Gateway, which has a huge, you know, domain authority. Not for that, just because that's my favorite Bible app tool. but it has helped my ranking and my traffic a lot. Okay, so we're over here on the right-hand side, and we're looking at these related keywords, and I'm going to export them. You can check the competition, the score here, but this does cost money. And so, one day that will be something I would love to do. You can sort it by that. The ones that it has ranked recently, it will give you, but every click that you make here takes credit out. You get like 3 a day. But 3 a day instead of 10 a month really is still like blowing the competition out of the water, I feel like, and it's so easy to use. So I have exported this. I'm going to open it. All right, now I'm sorry if you're a person who is a little scared by spreadsheets. This might freak you out just a little bit, but I'm going to look at this. So I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to sort on some things. All right, so the first thing is in these related keywords, you can sort by the volume that they're searched. So if we go over to data and sort, tell it my data has a header, sort by the volume. I want to see, yes, no, largest to smallest. All right, so we are going to look at anything that gets searched pretty regularly. I would cut it off, I don't know, maybe 200. So I'm not going to get rid of them because that might be interesting to look at later. Like if you're just a statistics nerd, and I'm kind of a nerd, so I know myself, I would like to look at it later. All right, so these are the words or keywords that are related, that are searched pretty frequently. Now I am going to look at these ones that are like killing it at the top. And so what I've been told is that you really can hit 50 to 100 of these within a post in the same topic that you're talking about. So it's going to help Google's spiders when they crawl your site to see exactly what it's about, and use some of them in a click to tweet. Click to tweet. It helps Google somehow. They read that code better than text, and it gives you something other than an H1 or H2 that they read. Plus, Twitter has a high domain authority, and they see that your page has value if you have tweeted and others have tweeted, and a click to tweet is an easy call to action. Like even like a non-Twitter user, me, I'm gonna raise my hand, like I will click to tweet. If it says click to tweet, I just, follow commands well. Not the point. All right, so I want to focus on these. I just want to kind of look at them and see, are they words that I would already use in this post? Okay, are they related? Because sometimes they get it wrong. All right, now I'm not going to talk about premarital counseling. So let's see. So unbelievable communication, that's kind of fun. Unfaithful, maybe. Trust, angry. I am going to talk about my husband. He is so sweet to give me permission to do that, you all. A marriage retreat, maybe. Okay, so it looks like marriage therapy, marriage separation. Some of these I won't touch, and you're going to know, like, what does it make sense that you're going to use, not use. I'm going to highlight them and make them a different color to help me, because I'm going to sort again. All right, so I'm going to come back down. I'm going to grab just this top 100, whatever. Go up, mouse. All right, and I'm going to sort it again. This time I want to see the pay per click, and then I'm going to sort by the cost per click. Data, sort, pay per click, largest to smallest. Okay, so Christian clothing store, like right after that. I'm not going to talk about that. Couples communication book, yes, yes. All right, so some of these that are higher. So I'm going to look at a pay per click of 60% and higher. I feel like that's a good conversion. I'm going to make that a different color because I'm going to sort it again, and I don't want to forget. I'm sorry if the colors drive you crazy. It helps me when I go back and look to make sure that I'm focused on the main ones. All right, and one more time, and I'm going to look at the cost per click, which is also, we talked about if you're going to monetize that post. Click. All right. Now there's going to be some overlapping, okay, but really probably five and up, 50. All right, so we're going to go up. So this is dollars, the cost per click. So $5 and up. I think most of my products are going to fall in that category. So if that's what I am aiming for, then that's where we're going to be. So I'm going to go ahead and change all of, I don't want to change that. What am I going to do? How about gray? All right. Okay. So if I'm looking at this, the things that are a high volume, the things that are here, these are words that I want to slip into the text of what I'm writing. And so let me give you an example of what that would look like. Maybe. All right, so this is the post that I am working on at the moment. Oh, effectively communicate. That's what I pulled up. All right, so the first thing, oh, I meant to grab these phrases, these related phrases real quick, because I definitely want to make sure they're in the post. So effective communication and marriage. Marriage PDF. So when you export it, it doesn't export this piece. So you have to grab that one yourself. Maybe it does on the page. I don't know. Importance of communication and marriage, and ignore the fact that I cannot spell. Love me anyway. Don't judge. I have many strengths. I have many weaknesses. Spelling and grammar are probably the worst weaknesses to have as a writer. Christian, marriage, communication, books, biblical communication principles. I'm probably not going to do anything about a communication marriage sermon. So I can't make this go away. I don't know what's under there. At some point in life with the paid version, I'll see. You can Google it, and Google, if you go down to the bottom, but it doesn't give you exactly this. So Google is just like a tease. It just teases you with little bits of information, doesn't it? All right, so the first thing, so communicate is what I have. So I would change it to communication instead of communicate, which I'm not going to do right now because then I would have to change my URL, which I'm not ready to do. But I would make sure that I have it worded exactly that way in my title, in my URL here, and you know that you can change that. I'm going to make sure at the bottom that it is in my snippets, which I can do now. All right, and seriously, just changing the phrase, that did not change the meaning. That did not change the message. It changed the wording. Still means the same thing, but now Google is going to say, oh, you know what? 20,000 people search for that exact phrase. So I'm going to put this higher up because this is obviously speaking to that. All right, so in it, we're going to look at, we're not going to talk about does marriage counseling work in this particular post. All right, we've said married. I know I've said married, but let's just check. Did I? So you can Control F and search the text in your post. Married. I didn't. Are you serious? I'm shocked. So somewhere in this post, I am going to say something like, how long have you been married? Because that's what I like to ask. Are you up for some romantic? Compelling each day in marriage. All right, here we are. Question. So what is the word? Married. All right, so now I'm going to have a hard time putting it in. All right, so I just slipped in the word married. Bam, I'm going to come over here and tell myself that I did. How exciting. Would go through that several times. I know I have said Christian marriage, but let's just search it. Maybe Christian. Right in the title. Look at that. And 16 times. You know, it's always fun to go back and see if I misspelled it. Just saying. Do you laugh at yourself, like play with yourself and have fun? Like I misspell the word marriage all the time. All right, let's see. Do I have anything about marriage scriptures? Marriage? No. What did I say? Verse? What did I say? Look at this, because I have a Bible verse. Oh, marriage challenge. All right, so please tell me how to this marriage found in this. Hold on, exactly. What does it say? Marriage scripture. In these marriage scriptures. Okay. It didn't change what was just said. It actually clarified that I'm getting ready to do that. All right, so we're going to go through. So I have had fun doing this now with 2 posts, and the reach on those 2 posts is already so far exceeded what it would have normally done. And I just go through. I'm just going to search something close to it and see what I have said. And if it's not in there at all like that, I'm going to see what should I have said? How could I have rephrased it to include the keywords? All right, I'm going to stop the share and go back here. Hello. All right, so that is how you use the tool. I would love to know if you have any questions, and if you want to put it in the chat, you can. If you want to come on the video, that's fine. Just know I'm recording it, so your beautiful face would be shown for everybody there. And I'll wait and read. All right, I don't see anything. Nobody's coming over to say anything. If there aren't any questions, I am going to make it a replay. You'll be able to find it. I will put it on my YouTube station. That way it's not controlled by Facebook. And then I'll share the link in the Facebook with everyone. And feel free to add questions then. I'll come back and answer whatever you have to ask. And I'm going to end the recording. I'll stay on live to answer questions with anyone who wants to stay on and chat for a minute. But until I talk to you next time, y'all be blessed.